In this video, we are going to be discussing section 12.5, which begins on page 829 of your textbooks. And more specifically, we are going to be discussing the volume of pyramids, and then continue in the next video discussing the volume of cones. So first, if you recall the volume of a prism, the formula is B times H, where B is the area of your base multiplied by the height of your prism. In the figure to the right, you can kind of see, this pyramid that is constructed inside of this cube or prism. And so, if you're looking at it, you might be able to chop up that cube and form a couple of more pyramids that have the same base and height. Alright, so that brings us to this formula. I did include another video that is a visual representation of 3 pyramids filling up a cube. So that's where this 1/3 comes from. So the volume of a pyramid is 1/3 the area of the base times the height of the prism. And one thing that I always like to note is, the capital B is the base of your the area of the base of your pyramid or prism of your solid, and I either like to make this a capital H so you know that it's the height of the pyramid or prism instead of the height of the base that you are looking to find the area of. Alright, you could also denote this as H sub P for pyramid or prism, or H sub S for solid, alright, so that you just know the difference between the heights. Because it is likely that eventually you'll get a triangular pyramid here with a triangular base where there is an H for your base and there's also an H for your height. Alright, so this is the formula we're going to be using. Let's go ahead and look at an example. Find the volume of the solid. So first you're going to want to write out your formula that you're going to be using, which is 1/3 base times height. And then you need to find the area of the base. So one helpful note that I would include here, the area of the base. What is the base shape? The base is a triangle. Alright, the base is a triangle. So that's where the 1/2 base times height comes in for your triangle for that base piece. Alright, and then you have the height of the prism, alright, which is 9. So then all you need to do is type that all into your calculator. I will caution you that when you type in 1 divided by 3 times 1 divided by 2, I would just go ahead and make sure that you have those sets of parentheses in there, alright, because sometimes when we enter in those divided by symbols, your calculator follows an order of operations that might mess it up. So I would just be careful and add in, that extra set of parentheses. Okay, so example 2. Originally, the pyramid had 144 meters and volume, had a height of 144 meters and the volume of 2,226,450 cubic meters. Find the side length. Alright, so you need to, of course, always write out your formula first. And then you're filling in what you know. We know the volume and we know the height of the pyramid. Alright, so there goes my height, my volume, and then the height of my pyramid. And I need to use this piece of information, the fact that it is a square base, to input my variable. So the area of my base is going to be x squared. So then I go ahead and I multiply, and then I divide to solve for x squared, and I do round a little bit, and when I take the square root, I get approximately 215. So that means my side length of my base was originally about 215 meters. Alright, so here's guided practice. We have a hexagonal pyramid, so it is 6-sided. And we do know our side length here but we do not know the area of the base. So you need to make a note of how do you find the area of a hexagon. The area of a hexagon. Alright, and we do know here that the sides are all congruent, so that means it is a regular hexagon. Alright, so you're going to need to search for that formula, and then you should be able to find the volume of this pyramid. Go ahead and pause the video, show your work, and see if you get a matching solution. Alright, in example 4 here, I have two shapes, two solids. I do have what appears to be a solid cube, since all of the lengths, the length, width, and height match. And I then have a pyramid on top. So to find the volume of the solid, I need to find the volume of both of those solids. So, the volume of the solid equals the volume of the cube plus the volume of the pyramid. And I need to go ahead and write in my formulas. So, the volume of a cube is my side cubed, and then 1/3 base times height for my pyramid. So I fill in the values, which there happens to be a ton of 6s, all the measurements are the same, so that actually makes this problem a lot easier. So then I multiply those out, and I add the values to get 288, so my final solution is 288 cubic meters. Another way you can write it is 288 meters cubed. Alright, so that covers the volume for a pyramid, and go ahead and continue watching the next video for tomorrow's lesson on volume of a cone. Please feel free to email me with any questions that you might have. Good luck.